Yes, yes, hello, shalom, brothers, salam, alaikum, and wagwan. Now, you know what? I'm just doing a random video now. I'm just gonna cite on the stories that are happening. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go through what I see on my TV, which is now I only subscribe to boxing channels and what they call conspiracy channels, which are just truth channels. Yeah, I don't really watch much more, but what I do is I get stuffed these endless videos by whack boxing channels like IFL TV, yeah, and Coogan be hiding his face, yeah, because the heat's increasing, and they will get these people. Like I said, 600 people being barred. Yeah, apparently not Tyson, according to Bob Arum. Oh, Tyson had nothing to do with Daniel Kinahan. It was all top. We negotiate, top rank negotiate. Now, obviously, Aram's got some. People say, well, why? Well, because he's protected. He's part of the. He's not an upper part of the elite, but he's there. So they'll look after his interests, right? So I cycle through this stuff. So let's look at this, right? As I said, so the boxing stuff, I look at I've got IFL TV, although I hardly ever watch anything on it. The boxing social, yeah, and things like that, just to find out what's going on in the boxing world. So the first one is John Hedges. I quite like this fighter, but so he's whittering on about Jake Paul. I ain't gonna watch that video. Why would you? Oh, I'll fight anyone. Of course I'll fight Jake Paul. Everyone wants a Jake Paul cash money. Yeah, from world champs like Maris Bradis Prescott, Maris Bradis embarrassing himself with tattoos. Yeah. Everyone wants a bit of Jake Paul money. They'll go, oh, he's not a real fight, he's this, that, and the other. Oh yeah, but I'd fight him. Of course you would. You want the cash money. And, that's understandable. It's boring. No one cares about John Hedges if he's Jake Paul. He's fighting names, Jake Paul. And John Hedges, good luck to him, but he's a nobody at the moment. Yeah. Then you got Darren Barker now. He's a hard guy to dislike. He had a hard life with his brother in a car crash and stuff. We know that. But he's become like a company man, And there's something about his Beavis and Butthead face that just upsets me, man. And he's going, and so apparently, Darren Barker, who's one of the luckiest world champions ever. I can't remember who he beat. Some Australian guy, I think, but basically got a hiding. He was not world champ level. He's very lucky to be able to say he's a world champ. And he's saying, oh no, Canelo should face Golovkin next. Now Canelo, as if Canelo cares what Darren Barker says. In fact, as if anyone cares what Darren Barker says. He was telling us that some woman fighter who's terrible, he's about 1 win, 1 draw, had a left hook like Joe Frazier or something. He's a muppet as well, a company man, and they have to be, right? Otherwise, they don't get their position. You remember the guy Nigel Benn, right? Now he used to do some commentary for Sky Sports, and he said, "Yeah, it's not like the old days, is it? It's not like the old ITV days. Yeah, you got ditched. If you don't lick the right wicks, you get ditched, right? But that's no excuse for being a pussy-o. Yeah." And then we're talking a little bit about. We got another one, Shavon Clark, who no one really knows about. Who was in the Olympics? What did he win a bronze? Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, there's a prospect. Again, he's giving a message to Jake Paul. No, Jake Paul doesn't know who you are, man. Doesn't know you exist. Why would he fight you, you bum? And I'm not saying you are a bum when it comes to boxing. Yeah, when it comes to earning like £20 million purses, you're a bum. What are they going to pay Tommy Fury? I don't know. It was only a few mil, right? But at least Tommy Fury is related to Tyson. Shavon Clark, who's he related to? I don't know, man. Nobody. He ain't got no name. Yeah, not even the UK, let alone the States. But, like anyone around Jake Paul's weight, they're shouting off their mouth. As if how naive can you be to think, oh, yeah, I'm a 1-0 British prospect. Maybe if I shout out Jake Paul, he'll fight me for a few million. People are foolish, man. Embarrass themselves. Now, there's a good fight this weekend. Joshua Buatsi. He's, what's his name? Can't remember his name. Craig Richards, that's the boy. Now, Craig Richards, obviously, his stock's gone up because he gave Bivol a good fight. That's one of the reasons I didn't really rate Bivol's chances against Canelo, even though my instincts and I knew from his earlier career that Bivol had a good chance. It was just that he hadn't looked so good, and especially against Craig Richards, which was the only Bivol fight I saw live. Yeah. So Craig Richards is fighting Bouts. Now he's a 4-1 outsider, which is probably realistic. Bouts, I don't know, man. When you're picked as being one in the future, you're going to get looked after. But Bouts, I think he'll stop in the amateurs or the WSB. I can't remember who it was. Savon, maybe. Yeah. So they're engineering some beef. IFL TV are just reporting beef, and there's basically just a couple of hood rats with shaven heads arguing, yeah, blood, no, you ain't being serious, fam. Oh, you mad, bruv, innit? Behave yourself, blood. And all these, just fake confrontations, all this front stuff. None of that's big in the African-American, Afro-Caribbean community, allegedly, I'm told. I'm part of that community. But a very small part, because, as I said, my granddad was an oil driller. Yeah? But it's an interesting fight. At least we got a half-decent fight, Because boxing these days is just talk, and talk. Social media. Now, obviously, we got channels we didn't have before, like internet. In the old days, you just read it in the paper or see it on the terrestrial TV. But, you have that. So there's going to be a lot more talk, but there's a lot fewer fights these days. Yeah, there just isn't. I'd like to see Richards, the spider, he calls him. I'd like to see an underdog do it. I'd like to see him bash Bouts out. He can do it. Will he do it? It's... Although he's done well, he hasn't exactly got a standout win. I think, did he lose to Buglioni? That's not great, man. Now, I know Buglioni was being pushed as a star. I think they embarrassingly called him the white Nigel Benn at some stage, which is pathetic, man. They love putting these really lame kind of tags on people. Oh, they're the white Mike Tyson. They're the white Muhammad Ali, like Huey Fury. Oh, they're the white this. It's bizarre. And there's plenty of good white fighters these days. You don't need a tag. Don't need to tag on to anyone else's success. I go down and there's some hoe who I've never heard of, right? But I felt going like all the others, all they talk about women boxing. So I go, adult movie star Elle Brooke. She's I put it on for like 15 seconds. So she's an English skit, a slag. She looks just like Ebanie bitches, but at least she's honest. Yeah, I'm a porno actress. Yeah, and she's fighting some other, who knows? I haven't looked at it. Yeah, and she's giving it the big one. I mean, this is modern boxing now. Yeah, it's not about talent. It's just about, what's your story? Oh, especially if you're a woman and you're a skit. Like the Ebanie bitches, who I'll come back to. She's been talking a lot. Boxing News, the alleged, premier boxing newspaper in the world has devoted like 4 pages to Ebanie bitches the other week, and her thing is, I'm real good. Mostly, they concentrate on the power because I'm so powerful on the pads. No, you're not. I've seen you fight. You're rubbish, man. You can punch your way out of a wet paper bag. Yeah, but Mark Tibbs said, my power, my strength. Mark Tibbs is smashing you. That's the only reason he's saying that. And he sees a payday. Yeah? What do you think 5-10 years ago, Mark Tibbs would even let you in the gym, man? You go, listen, go to the fitness, the boxercise. There's a guy called Ben Davison, who does boxercise in S6. Go and train with them, all right? Because I ain't interested. But obviously things have changed. And people see the money, but also they see the agenda if they're part of that whole shtick. Yeah. And Mark Tibbs is another guy hustling for a payday. He's a bum as well. He got ABA champions. He's a big prospect. He didn't beat anyone with a good record, and got beat up. And now he hustles himself as a sort of gangster trainer. He's another pathetic man. Yeah. We've got some news. So on Derek Chisora. Now, why does anyone even care about Derek Chisora? He's got like 11 losses. Everyone half decent he's fought has beat him. Yeah, he's that gatekeeper. He's made a lot of money, but he's a character, Huh? And he was AJ's boyfriend for a bit. Well, I say boyfriend. He's on the team, the 25-8 team with Gay J, and they were going out all the time. Yeah, but then Chisora cheated by going to Tyson Fury's party. Yeah, for beating up Dillian. And Chisora is like, I think him and Gay J was like a one-night thing, nothing more than a quick fling, a one-night fling thing, and Gay J's hurt because that's not the first brown man who left him for, I don't know, obviously, I know I talk about this stuff, it makes me a bit sick, but obviously Gay J is not very good in bed, man, because he's always getting dumped, and he's got this new team. Obviously, with Angel Fernandez, everyone knows he's another fraud. He claims to be 10-0 as an amateur, or no record filmed. All paper exists of his amateur fights. Yeah, he talks nonsense. He could get exposed as well. I'm telling you, I got plenty on that fruit. He's a liar, and so he's the main man allegedly in Gay J's camp. But Gay J is like, oh no, we got another man coming on, another man. Yeah, so I don't know, man, who this other man is. He's keeping quiet. But no doubt it'll be some fruit who's serving up AJ's batty hole. Yeah? And then you got Joby Clayton. Jobby Clayton. Jobby is the word that my grandma used to use for taking a dump. Oh, do you have to do a jobby? Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, we'll do a jobby and then we'll go out to the park. Yeah? Imagine being called jobby. You basically be called a turd. And so I don't know how much you got paid for being on Gay J's team. Let's imagine 50 grand. Yeah? What do you get 50 grand for? Brilliant boxing, Gay J. Oh, lovely boxing, Gay J. I mean, what is it? It sounds like some whack, grim Batman's video. Yeah? On some sick site. Oh, go on, Gay J. Oh, you're so good, Gay J. It was embarrassing, man. I don't know how that man can show his face in public. Yeah? What else we got here? We look down. Oh, another woman ting on IFL. Who cares? Bouts, Richards beef. Yeah, whatever. There's a beef every time now, man. Let's have some proper beef. Yeah? I mean, there will be some proper beef that still exists, but everyone knows the game now. It's all about views. It's all about fakery. Yeah, and we'll get better money. And I understand that. You got to make the money. Rolly Romero. So he got accused of forcing a girl to nosh him off, didn't he? But anyway, now he's fighting Javon Gay Davis. And he's looking good, Rolly. He's looking good, man. He's still a 5-1 underdog. I might put 20-25 on that. That's not happening now, but it's still something to think about. Romero is looking in great shape. Yeah, no doubt he's juiced to the gills like they all are. But Gervonta Davis, I don't know, man. I think he's got an old driller as a father as well. But I think it's worth keeping an eye on that. I think he might bully that Davis. What else we got? Yeah, so that sickening slut who can't fight, Ebanie bitches, is in Daily Star again. Yeah, saying, oh, she's doing that. It's pathetic. That remember, she's a 36-year-old ex-primary teacher. Yeah, she's talking about marry, work, yeah, or kill. And she's done Carnbrook and the other one, Conor Ben one. And she goes, yeah, she'd marry Conor Ben. She'd fuck Con. I don't know, man. I don't know what that's about. He's only into trannies anyway. Maybe she got on the phone to Rachel Cordingley, Carl Fletcher's wife, and said, does Amir roll out the business? Because my stinking bumper and batty hole might be up for it. Yeah? Yeah, I mean, why? I mean, I look at this woman, I'm like, I wouldn't touch her stinking pum-pum with another man's tool. Yeah? I wouldn't touch a pum-pum with a dead man's dick. You understand me? And she's flaunting himself around, saying, "Oh, if you don't support me, if you don't back me, yeah, you don't know shit about boxing." No. Listen, sugar tits, fake sugar tits. It's the opposite. Yeah, the fact that I don't rate you, don't care about what happens, means I know about boxing. Anyone who knows about boxing knows you're just a skank. Yeah, who sits there in underwear, gets a bit of press. Yeah, he's 36. Yeah. And he was going to be dried up soon, man. You'd be sitting there going, you know what, I wish I hadn't done this. I wish I'd actually stayed together with a nice ex-boyfriend and had kids and been a mum. Instead, I'm just some used up old skank. Yeah? I don't care about... Imagine Ebanie Bridges, yeah, saying she's world champion. You know, this useless sack of tattooed pom-pom. Yeah? Anyway, I don't want to talk about her. She makes me sick. Anyway, then you got David Lemieux is fighting. Is it David Rodriguez? David something? What is he fighting now? Oh, sorry, my mistake. David Benavidez. Supposedly he's a good prospect. It's David Lemieux. I don't know what's happening with him, man. Yeah, because he recently pictured, yeah, with what looks like the household help, yeah, with the baby they've made, and they've dressed it up like a monkey, man. I mean, that seems a bit, in this day and age, surely you'd think, well, you know, listen, bruv, you got to be a bit sensitive, man, racially sensitive. You can't dress up your baby as a monkey, man. But he's done it. Anyway, Benavidez will probably knock him out. Lemieux's finished. He's another messed up guy. Yeah, he's been chewed up by boxing and spat out. You know? And it never ends well, these stories. Yeah. He'll be punch drunk soon. He won't be able to recognize the child in the monkey suit. This is a good one. Amir Khan. Amir Khan is in the paper. This is great, man. Can you imagine, man? Who could say... Amir Khan says the reason there are not many Asian boxers, yeah, is because they eat too much curry. No, really. That is what he said. There's not many Asian boxers because they eat too much curry. I mean, you imagine if Ricky hadn't said that or something like that, he'd be crucified and cancelled. And obviously, Amir is Asian, so he's allowed to, well, he's not allowed, but he's given more leeway to say something. But that's a strange one, isn't it? I mean, you know, maybe the reason is that they've got chin like you. I mean, there's quite a few Asian boxers coming up in the UK. The Azim brothers, for example, although they're chinny as well. You know, there's a bit of a pattern there. Yeah, they got ironed out quite severely in the amateurs. But, you know, I mean, I don't know what Amir is saying. Traditionally, I think culturally, probably, you know, the Pakistani guys and Indian guys were not attracted towards professional boxing. You know, they prefer to run businesses and stuff. I don't know, I'm guessing, man. But I'm sure if you look at the stats, you know, they aspire to be more than, you know, be not spark out and flatlined in the ring like you are, man, you know? It's a very weird one. It's a very, very strange one. Yeah, so as I said, Tyson's not been banned apparently from the USA, so he's free to fight. And Gubu. You know, we haven't heard much about this Tyson Fury vs anyone. Where he's going to fight Ngubu, Francis Ngubu, I don't know. What are the rules? We don't know. It could happen. Again, we still want to see him fight boxers. And of course, I want to see Usyk bash Gay. But that hasn't been confirmed. Why is it all these fights that get talked about haven't been confirmed? And that's one of the sickening things about modern boxing. Now, don't get me wrong. I was back in the day when it was terrestrial TV and that was it. Yeah? And you have to wait a week to find out what happened in a fight. If it wasn't a big fight. If it was, you'd have to wait 1 or maybe 2 days to read it in the papers. And that was it. Now, we didn't see much boxing, and I watched any old rubbish, you know. If someone had Eurosport and they had some French guy fighting an Italian I've never heard of, I'd still watch it. So we're lucky in the fact we've got a lot more access. We can watch most fights. And if we don't watch them live, at least we'll see them on YouTube pretty soon. Right? So that's a good thing about the modern boxing world, right? But also, so few of these fights are happening. Yeah? And all we do is get chat about, oh, he said this, she said that, contracts are this, da-da-da. Oh yeah, oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'd like to fight Jake Paul. That's modern boxing. It's embarrassing. Well, I don't think it will die out. Yeah? I think maybe it has adapted to, because you get much better purses in boxing than MMA, but MMA is more popular with younger people. I've really noticed that, except for the big fights. Yeah? And it's... I'm not going to say here, what we need to do is make the big fights, keep boxing alive. I mean, that's been said a million times by a million plums. But that would be nice, man. We'd like to have a better selection. The big fights happening, man. Let's see it.